Dear students, in this crop production and management unit, we completed the basic practices of crop production and crop rotation, heirloom seeds, seed bowls, seed banks. Then, in this video, we are going to see the bioindicators, agricultural research institutions, foliar sprays, and biocontrol methods. First, we are going to focus the bioindicators. Bioindicators or otherwise called as a biological indicator. So, it may be any species or a group of species whose function or status reveals the qualitative status of the environment. Bioindicators is maybe a single organism or otherwise group of organism. So the organism's presence or absence or otherwise the organism's function will give the status about the environment. So environmental ஏதாவது சேஞ்சஸ் நடக்குது, எர்த்தில் இருக்க environmental சேஞ்சஸ் நடக்கிறத அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு biological indicators is helping. So they especially the changes will caused by the humans. So humans cause பண்ணக்கூடிய air pollutants, pollution. So pollution cause பண்ணக்கூடிய அந்த particles is called as a pollutant. Air pollutants or otherwise some of the pH changes, acid or alkalinity changes, temperature changes, humidity changes, like some of the changes. So these are the some parameters in the environment. In the parameter of environment parameters, it may be changed because of the human. The changes will be understood by means of the biological indicators. Lichen is the well-known example for the natural bioindicator of climate changes and air pollution effect, because lichen is the combination of both algae and fungi. So lichen abindrathu is not a single organism. Algae and fungi join together. They are mutually they are symbiotic association. Mutually they are beneficial. Algae is the photosynthetic partner. Algae வந்து photosynthesis பண்ணி it will provide the nutrients to the fungi. Then fungi is helping from that some other microorganismத்திலிருந்து algae it will giving some protection. So both are mutually they are beneficial. So algae and fungi join together is called as a lichen. So lichen is sensitive to the environmental parameters. Environmental parameters in the sense temperature changes, humidity changes, air pollutants presence, pH changes. So it will be affecting the lichens. ஸோ இதில் ஏதாவது சேஞ்சஸ் வந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா லைக்கன்ஸோட டைவர்சிட்டி மீன்ஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஃபார்ம்ஸ் ஆஃப் லைக்கன். ஸோ diversity of lichens will change, and then morphology, external appearance of lichen will change, and then physiology means inner function, அதோட digestion, respiration, like some process. So these are the things will affected. So in lichens present ஆயிருக்கு அப்படின்னா that place will be pollution free environment, because ஏரில் pollutants இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா the lichens oda growth irukadu. So usually lichens will present on the பெரிய trees oda bark la it will present. So it will present usually in the forest area, because forest la clean environment, clean air will present, so that the lichens will absorb some of the atmospheric nitrogen. ஏரில் இருந்து சம் நியூட்ரியன்ஸை அப்சர்வ் பண்ணும். ஸோ அந்த ஏர் வந்து பியூர் ஏராக இருந்தால் மட்டும்தான் லைக்கனால் க்ரோ பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ பியூர் ஏர் ப்ரெசன்ட் ஆகிருந்தால் தான் லைக்கன் க்ரோத் வில் பி தேர். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த இண்டிகேட்டர். ஸோ லைக்கன்ஸ் பார்க் ட்ரீயோட பார்க்கில் ப்ரெசன்ட் ஆகிருக்கு, லைக்கன்ஸோட க்ரோத் இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா தட் பிளேஸ் வில் கண்டெய்ன்ஸ் த clean air. So this is the biological indicator. Now we are going to focus the agricultural research institutions. Agricultural research institutions formulate the agricultural practices that is based on the recent research results and farmers' need. Indian Agricultural Research Institute and Indian Council of Agricultural Research. So these are some of the institution which they are doing some research. Based on the result of this research, the farmers' requirement, they are formulating some procedures. So it will helping the farmers to face the problems. The major agricultural research institutions in India is Indian Agricultural Research Institution, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Krishi Vigyan Kendra. So these are the major institutions. They are doing the research based on the farmers' requirement and need, like that. So the result of the research, using that they are preparing some procedures, methodologies or formulas. So it is helping for the farmers to overcome the problem, and it is helping the human welfare. IARI, Indian Agricultural Research Institute, is the National Institute for Agricultural Research, Education and then Extension Programs. It is administered and financed and overall controlled by the ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. So it is responsible for the research leading from the Green Revolution. So during the 1970s, Green Revolution is important for the Indian development. The policies, plans and programs of the IARI is a help to meet the requirement of the nation. The population is continuously increasing. So based on these researches and policies, plans and programs, we can overcome the problems of population. ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, it is responsible for coordinating both agricultural education as well as research in India. So it functions under the Department of Agricultural Research and Education as well as Ministry of Agriculture. The Minister of Agriculture serves as the President of ICAR. KVK is the Krishi Vigyan Kendra, is the Farm Science Center. So it is the link, ultimate link between the ICAR as well as farmers. At first, the KVK was established in the year 1974 at Pondicherry. Now it was established throughout all the states, and the number is still it continues because it is the connection between both the farmers as well as ICAR. So what are the research findings they are coming from the agriculture based on research, what they are doing under the ICAR, all the things are applied in a local centers. So the local areas they are applied based on the result, the research result, they are making the application in the local areas, so by their own projects. So this is the major responsibility of the KVK. So the major responsibility of KVK is what are the technologies they are practicing in the ICAR. So what they are doing research, the new technologies, modern farming techniques, innovative farming methods, seed varieties. So like that what they are doing as a research, everything the KVK is making that application oriented, using that a small farm to test a new technologies. So if it is possible means then they are slightly they are increasing, gradually they are increasing the land. So it will become it's a new method they are started to practicing by the farmers. So the KVK is providing the advisory service. They are providing the advice regarding the weather and market pricing, as well as the crops and cultivation method, the new innovative technologies, modern practicing method. So they are giving some advice. So it facilitates the rapport between the institution as well as the local communities. So these are about the agricultural research institutes in India. Now we are going to see the foliar sprays. Foliar feeding is a technique of feeding the plants by applying the liquid fertilizer directly to the leaves, the foliage. So the topmost, uppermost layer of the plants, that is called foliage. The plants are able to observe the essential elements, so important elements through the stomatal. Stomata means the leaves, they have openings on the surface. Leaf opening, leaves having this opening on the surface, that is called stomata. So using the stomatal opening, the important materials or the essential elements are observing by the plants. Usually the plants will absorb the nutrients by means of root. So the farmers will apply the fertilizers in the soil. But sometimes what will happen in the sense, some changes will happen in the environment. The high temperature or heavy rain. So this makes that the nutrients and that and all will be destroyed in the soil. So the plant cannot uptake the nutrients. So that time we can do that foliar feeding. That means the nutrients and all along with the sea-based plant mixtures that is help means that brown algae. So these are the nutrients as well as some hormones, plant growth hormones like axin, gibberellin, abscisic acid, cytokinins. So like some hormones that and all we are applying just directly to the leaves, plant leaves, flower, fruit, so the foliage itself. So it is the plant will give some quick response to the nutrients because we are applying directly to the leaves. So this is called foliar sprays or otherwise foliar feeding. So three major types of foliar sprays, that is effective microorganism, Panchagavya and vermibores. Effective microorganism technology or otherwise it is called as a EM type. We are using some of the effective microbes, the different effective microorganisms cultures. We are commonly using some of the microorganisms, they are used as a nitrogen fixtures. That means it will fix the atmospheric nitrogen in the soil. Then photosynthetic microorganism, then phosphate stabilizer, then rhizobacterium, lactic acid producing bacteria, it is called as a lab, then yeast, fungi, actinomycetes, like some of the fungi, so they are called as a effective microorganism. So each microorganism has its own beneficial role. So it is helping the nutrients recycling in the soil, and it will give protection to the particular plant. It will enhance the soil fertility. So these are the some of the beneficial role. So these effective microorganism will be applied by means of the foliar feeding, means that is called as the EM technology or effective microorganisms technology. Panchagavya is a promoter with a combination of 5 products which was obtained from the cow. So it includes the cow dung, cow urine, cow milk, cow curd and cow ghee. So all these 5 products are collectively called as a Panchagavya. Panchagavya is act as the promoter. So it is potential to play the role of promoting growth of the particular plant, and it is providing the immunity to the particular plant to against the, it is provides the resistance to the pests, so that we can increase the overall yield. The preparation of Panchagavya is a very easy method. So the farmers, they can prepare by their own, and they have the materials also, it's available in the farm itself. So Panchagavya can be used for the seed treatment also. The seeds are soaked for 20 minutes before sowing itself. So the Panchagavya is the organic product. So we can develop these product from our local breed of cow. So not வகைன்னு சொல்கிறேன், the local breed of cowலேருந்து கிடைக்கிற ப்ராடக்ட்ஸை யூஸ் பண்ணுறது, it is more potential than the exotic breeds. So some of the cow varieties, they are coming from foreign countries. So comparing to that, our local cow varieties providing the products that Panchagavya is more potential. Vermivores is a liquid that is collected by the after the passage of water through the worm axon. So it is a collection of excretory product and mucus secretion of earthworm. So along with some micronutrients and soil organic molecules, everything will present. So this is called a vermivores. It is also used as a foliar spray for crops. That vermiworms contains the excretory product of the earthworm as well as the mucus secretion of earthworm. So it contains some micronutrients. It is helping the plant growth as well as it is gives some immunity to the plant. So that the vermivores, it's also used as a foliar sprays. So these are all about the foliar sprays, or otherwise it is called as a foliar feeding. So in this video we discussed about the biological indicators, agricultural research institutions and foliar sprays. Thank you students.